Okay, so if you've been following my channel, then you already know I've been playing a ton of Death's Door. In this video, I'm going to discuss my thoughts on the game and whether I'd recommend it or not based on my thoughts. I did this with Dark Alliance as well recently, and I really enjoyed doing that, so I'm planning on doing this with every game that I play here on the channel and upload it as well. I like to keep this type of video short and sweet so the point is across quickly. With that said, if you haven't already, make sure you're subscribed to the channel so you don't miss anything in the future, and of course leave a like and comment on the video to support what I do. I play through games, give my thoughts, and move on to the next one. Death's Door was developed by ACIDNERVE, a studio comprised of 2 guys and published by Devolver Digital. I went into this game expecting something great because ACIDNERVE also developed Titan Souls, which is another one of my favorite indie titles, a fantastic action-adventure boss rush game. So let's start with graphics. The art style in this game caught my eyes immediately. It's pleasant to look at. Everything in this game, the animations all look great, and it's easy to tell what everything is. There's really not much more to say for me here. I just enjoy the art style immensely, and I feel that it fits the narrative of the game extremely well. Next, let's talk about music. There's some music in this game that I mentioned in my playthrough of this game in earlier videos that makes me think of RuneScape. I don't know if it's something that anyone else feels, but I really enjoyed that while playing this. All the music in this game is great. Every song sets the atmosphere of each area in the game well as the boss fights. The combat in Death's Door is extremely straightforward, effective, and fun. You have the basic attacks, the power attacks, attacks off of rolls, dodging, parrying projectiles, and all the spells. The flow of combat suits the game well. It's fluid, and nothing about it adds difficulty to the game itself. Some of you may have heard me say this before. I like to fight the AI or players within a game, not the game mechanics, and I feel like this game nails this very well. Every time I died in my playthrough was because of my own mistakes, and this allowed me to learn from every encounter, which is exactly as it should be. The combat is overall rewarding and fun. Another thing that this game does well is exploration. There are certain things in this game that make you go back and explore areas previously traveled for the sake of exploring and finding new things like spell upgrades, shrines to upgrade health and magic, as well as souls to upgrade your stats. I'm a huge fan of exploration when it's done right, and I have absolutely zero complaints here. Still, to this point, I haven't come close to finding all the secrets, and that alone adds replayability. I adore this aspect of this game so much. The story in Death's Door is dark and existential. It questions whether we should fear death and the pains that some will go through to avoid death, no matter how it affects everything else. Despite it being the natural end of life, the fear of it drives some to do things that hurt others in a way that changes everything as they know it. Throughout this, you play as a crow whose job is to reap the souls of those whose time has come to pass. It's not long, but it is enjoyable to experience the story. The last thing I'd like to talk about in this video is difficulty. I'm a big fan of being challenged in games. I usually crank difficulty sliders to the max as I just enjoy that. This game doesn't have a slider like that, but does have a decent challenge to it nonetheless. It gets progressively more difficult as you make your way to the end of the game. Enemies have increased health, new abilities themselves, as well as they'll increase the amount of enemies that you find per fight. It really rewards exploring as much as you can in the game to get more health, spell upgrades, and souls to up your stats across the board. For me, the hardest fight wasn't even an official end-level boss or anything like that, but just a random giant knight wielding a poisonous mace, which I thought was really cool. Overall, nothing is unmanageable as you can get better at the combat as well as earn upgrades. Alright folks, that pretty much wraps up my thoughts on Death's Door. This is absolutely a game worth every cent and more, and I definitely recommend giving it a playthrough or two. I really feel like this is one of those indie titles that will be remembered for a long time to come, just like Titan Souls. Thank you guys for watching, like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you on the next one.